I want to share with you a parasite protocol that I have developed, an anti-parasite protocol. It's really important to understand the nature of the parasites. Globally, other countries know to do detox from these. They have protocols, they know what foods to eat. But here in America, this information is gate kept, especially by Big Pharma. They have the imaging to see parasites in the body, but they will not diagnose them because for the simple fact they're waiting for a secondary condition to present itself. This is the heart disease, the lymphedema, the diverticulitis in the intestines, the lung cancer, any form of cancer that is condensed parasites. That is your body's mechanism to condense these parasites in a protective sheath so that it doesn't go throughout your body. That's what cancer is. Cancer seems to be an attempt to protect yourself, protect the vessel. So anyways, when you have parasites, everyone has parasites, and that's why people worldwide cleanse for them yearly. Here in America, we don't know about that. So let's get into it. First off, raw garlic, smack dab in the center, you see raw garlic cloves daily. That's going to kill the eggs. And you have to do your own research. I established this protocol by doing my own research. For one example, I was maximizing cloves because that breaks the cycle, the cloves. But then you read about cloves, and that excess cloves can do liver damage. So you want to make sure you're not doing this stuff in excess, and just take your time with it. Do it in proper portions. So let's go ahead and get into it. For the morning, you want to take, this is wormwood clove, black walnut right there. Wormwood clove, black walnut. You got biocidin. Go look up biocidin on Amazon. This breaks down the biofilms that are holding and keeping safe those parasites that are on your lining. And when you break down these biofilms, you need also clay binders, because this up here is going to kill them. And then you need a clay binder. You can use also psyllium husk is an excellent binder. Psyllium husk. Also, you have colon sweeping salads. That's also binders. These are sweeping through your colons and pulling things off the walls. You also, I don't have it on here because I haven't added it yet. Chia seeds are also an excellent binder. So stuff like psyllium husk, chia seeds, stuff like that, that's going to bind. I also like to use colostrum. This is going to heal my intestinal lining after the stuff's been sloughed off and scraped off. The colostrum is going to go back in and heal it. It also has 3 types of collagens in it. It doesn't feed parasites. So this is going to help you heal while you're cleansing. Colostrum is also a binder. And here next we have these herbal teas I like to take in the evening. You decide, do your research on when you want to do herbal teas, because the liver turns on between 2 and 4. When you take stuff into account, you want to time things how you need to time them. My protocol is not perfect. I established this for myself. So you have to do your own research to establish your own protocol. But I just want you to give you an idea of what a protocol is. So for my evening herbal teas, we got clove, wormwood, black walnut. I went online, got a organic, loose leaf sifted bags of this stuff. And I'm just blending them. And then I got bulk root, loose leaf sifted ginger, turmeric. Add in your black pepper, because that black pepper activates that turmeric. There we have the burdock root. Burdock root is a deep, full body wellness cleanser, but burdock root specifically targets the lymphatic system, and it purges your lymphatic of toxins. Here we have dandelion. That cleanses the liver. Holy basil actually targets parasites. You can take each one of these herbs and go research them and see exactly what they do, and that's what you have to do. So here we have colon sweeping salads. You probably want to have one once a day, because you want to push, as this stuff is sloughing off, dying, you want to go ahead and push it out of the system. Arugula, kale, dandelion. These are the base of the greens. Parasites don't like anything that's pungent, bitter, spicy. They like sweet. So avoid all sweet. Arugula's got a nice spice to it. Dandelion's got a nice spice to it. Cilantro pulls metals from the body. You got cucumber and carrots. Those not only are packed with nutrients and vitamins, but they're scrubbing the colon as well. You got garlic and onion. Those are stopping the eggs. Basil, oregano, those are actually targeting the larvae, the parasites. Pomegranate does wonders, and it adds a nice sweetness. Here we have a dressing. I actually have the recipe not listed here, but it's just lemon, tahini, miso. All of these, miso's a fermented food. That's going to help target. Lemon's going to help target. Tahini's going to be a nice neutral. So this is a really good, you want to make sure all your key ingredients are bitter, pungent, spicy, and no added sugars. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, so let's keep looking. I have a, just to kind of keep me on track, I want to do for breakfast, I want to get those morning vitamins right there. You see I have garlic 3 times a day. I'm getting 1 nice big clove of garlic. You put it in your mouth, chew it. You need to break it up. It needs to be crushed to release the allicin. The allicin is the compound that's going to destroy the parasites. And then I'm taking, this one right here is a parasite specific roundworm, over the counter topical that I'm treating with right now. So ignore that right now. And then you have pumpkin seeds, which actually targets and kills parasites. I put pumpkin seeds on there 3 times. So I'm getting those in. I'm just taking a handful of pumpkin seeds a day. When you wake up in the morning, the first thing you want to do is inoculate yourself with your anti-parasitics, your naturals. So this morning I actually took my psyllium husk. I poured it into I had a folic humic acid drink. I put in some pineapple juice because that actually it literally attacks the vessel that the parasite is in. It breaks it down because of the beryllium, the spikes in it. It actually tears up their flesh. So I put that in there with some lemon juice and I drink it all. I switched in some psyllium husk and just chug it all down. I chugged it all down with my biocidin, my wormwood treatment, my colostrum, all that I put in there. And then tonight for dinner, and this actually, you're not hungry. Also, I'm adding in kefir. If y'all aren't familiar with kefir, this is something you want to, take a good, nice, healthy swig, go to the store, get you an organic. I'm looking for goat's milk. It's more easily digestible than cow's milk. Get you a nice goat milk kefir. This is a fermented food full of probiotics that's really going to replenish your intestinal flora. So that's something I take a chug of. But here's a nice kefir recipe. And so when you combine the handful of pumpkin seeds, you put in 3 walnuts. That's the first thing that wants to hit your stomach in the morning after you've done all your stuff. That's a meal. And papaya is a huge thing because the papaya seeds, whenever you eat papaya, you want to eat a spoonful of papaya seeds with it because those are anti-parasitics. You want to get those in. Also, go ahead. You can't eat them all at once. Go ahead and enjoy your papaya, but take those seeds, dry them out, put them in a jar, grind them up into a fine powder, and then you can put that over your food. They have a nice oregano spice. They're, again, that spicy, that pungent taste parasites can't handle. So here we go. I'm moving into some nice dinner meals so that I am not starving while I'm on this. Khichdi, if you don't know about khichdi, it's an Ayurvedic cleansing meal that balances your dosha. This is going to bring your body back into a homeostasis. Go ahead and do your research on khichdi. There's a ton of different recipes out there. Coconut oil kills parasites, cilantro pulls metals, carrot spices, the spices. You want to hone in on your spices on what you're trying to do. Here, I'm using all anti-parasitic spices. Garlic, ginger, whole cloves, peas. You put in your own vegetables. Research khichdi recipes and do one that's specific to you. There's tests you can take on your Ayurvedic doshas to see where you're deficient and excessive, stuff like that. Do your research, people, on khichdi. Here we have just a nice red cabbage, red onion, garlic saute. That's not going to feed your parasites and it's going to nourish your body. Here we have a miso soup. It's a fermented food. I like to put kelp or wakame in it. I got garlic and turmeric in there. I'm going to put some black pepper. That's going to make it an anti-parasitic meal. Lentil soup, onions, garlic, herbs. Your herbs, again, are targeted for anti-parasitic. So I'm putting in oregano, massive amounts of oregano, a lot of basil. All that's killing parasites. Now I'm going to do a raw carrot salad with beets and pumpkin seeds, shredded beets, shredded carrots, and some pumpkin seeds. That's a major, and that's also a colon sweeping salad, should be over there, because it's not a hot meal. But add turmeric, ginger in there. That's just going to be a nice, clean, raw meal that's really going to sweep your colon. For some snacks, get you a pumpkin seed butter and put it on some celery. You're not feeding your parasites doing this. These are demons, guys. These are entities that have been manifested through low vibrational manifestations. This is a demon, and the Bible will tell you it goes only out by prayer and fasting. This is a fast. This is a form of a fast, and pray to God. You better pray to God because he's the only one that's going to bind these. Exercise daily, cardio, walk, run. That increases your immune system and suppresses whatever's growing in your body. Smoothies. Now, they'll say juice cleanses, but I like to just stick it in a blender. That way I'm keeping all that fiber. You remove the fiber from the fluid in the juice, you're missing out on a whole nother level of stuff that's going to really flush your colon. So celery, pineapple, keep that core in that pineapple. The core in that pineapple is an anti-parasitic. Ginger, you want a nice 3.5 inches. Black pepper to activate that turmeric root. Keep all the bulk fiber in there and just swallow it down the hatch, you guys. And that is just going to scrub your colon. So, y'all going to come across a whole bunch of different kinds of herbs. But y'all got to do your research, y'all. And this needs to be a protocol, a daily protocol, something that you focus and hone in on all the time. So now let's go look in the fridge. All right, you guys, let's look in the fridge. So this humic, this mineral fulvic humic, that is a binder. Here I have some nice sliced pineapple. I have some teas that I blend, some black walnut, wormwood, and this is a really bitter tea in clove. I just learned about the clove excess clove can do damage to your liver. So I'm breaking these down. I'm blending it with this because this is a lot of black clove in there. It's very pungent. I got some pineapple juice. I got some lime juice. Here I've made a salad. This is cucumber, onion with a lot of vinegar, apple cider vinegar, a whole bunch of stuff to cleanse your colon. And what else do we have here? Oh, I want to show you. This is what I want to show you. This is a goat's milk kefir. This is 11 live and active cultures. That's about billions of probiotics. This is not going to feed the parasites. This is actually certified humane. Get a good quality. This is, it's not organic. I prefer organic, but this is still a really high quality option that you can choose. I think that's pretty much all I want to show you. I do have a nice case of lentils going here. You can't really see it. I'm not going to take it out, but just some black lentils with the herbs going. And then I've got some dandelion in here. I've picked up some nice organic black lentils. I got some more on the way. So lentils is going to be a huge base. And keep that pineapple. Keep the core in that pineapple. Coconut water is an excellent option because that's not going to feed parasites and it actually helps oppress them. And that's what you want to do. Everything you consume needs to either break them down or oppress them. Here I have my raw organic beets. That's a massive beet. I think that's everything that I wanted to show y'all right now. Also, you know, this is up for debate. These are soursop bitters. You got the soursop plant mixed in with a whole bunch of extra stuff. Leaf root, black seed, neem. Neem is a big one. That's a very pungent herbal. If you can get some neem supplements, I'd recommend doing that. Coconut root, hibiscus is a very powerful herbal. Garlic, cinnamon, lantana. All this stuff is going to help soursop, and this only takes a small cap. Bitter, astringent stuff, that's going to kill these parasites. So I just put in a little bit of that, and it's going to help. But do your own research. Some people say they don't like this. Some people say, you know, blah, 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 it doesn't work. I like it because it's nice and bitter, and you can tell it's flushing stuff out. So stick with this, and it's a daily, you have to do stuff daily. Here's another more, this one's an organic. This one you'll find at pretty much every grocery store. The goat's milk I found at a specialty store, but this will be at every grocery store pretty much. It's nice and organic. You can see here, 12 billion probiotics, 12 cultures, 25 to 30 billion CFUs. That's a really high quality probiotic for $8. Keep them every day. All right, I'm gonna stop the video, y'all, and God bless y'all. Well, the video don't want to stop.